All right, welcome back to Flecka Stocks, a podcast, episode 303. Today on the show, the Mamdani election is today, so go vote for Andrew Cuomo. Then, Israel First Republicans who are anti-Trump are now trying to tell us who's MAGA and who isn't. Then in Cringe of the Week, we have a new epidemic of feminine chads. I'll do my best to explain my theory. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, some urban youths robbed and carjacked this nice Asian man who was trying to take his kid trick-or-treating. Bad. All this and more is Flecka Stocks, the podcast, episode 303, ranked the best news podcast of all time!
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do.
Very cool. Very cool.
Flecka Stocks, the podcast featuring Richard Grab.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, the swamp and Big Pharma know a healthy population is harder to control. That's why the FDA is trying to hand NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, to Big Pharma and take it from you. NMN powers 37 trillion cells in your body, helps lower weight, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and even can slow or reverse aging. I swear by it, but don't take my word for it. Here's Professor David Sinclair from the Center for the Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School talking about it on Joe Rogan.
What is NMN? Good question. So about 20 years ago, Lenny Guarente and a team of us at MIT discovered a set of genes that controls aging in yeast cells, just brewer's yeast, what you find in beer and bread. And those genes are called sirtuins, and there are 7 of them in our bodies, 5 in yeast. And what they do is they protect all organisms on the planet, plants, bacteria, humans, from deterioration and disease. They're like the Pentagon. They sense when we're hungry, sense when we're exercising, and they send out the troops to defend us. So when you put more of these genes into a yeast cell or a mouse, they'll live longer, between 5 to 20% longer. And so we think that these genes are responsible for the effects of dieting and exercise, which is great. What that means is we can now mimic that with molecules. So NMN is one of those molecules, so is resveratrol.
NMN works so well, the FDA wants it off of supplement shelves. On September 30th, they'll decide whether to reclassify it as a drug, handing control to Big Pharma. This is the last week you could still get NMN as a supplement before it could be banned forever. This change isn't about safety or efficacy, it's about cornering the market and taking the supplement away from you. I've been taking NMN for a while and I could definitely vouch for the benefits. My cardio is improved, my lifting has improved, I'm thinking clearer, and I have more energy to create these videos for all of you guys. Why? Because NMN is one of the main precursors of NAD, which Professor Sinclair also explains in this video.
Get this, so sirtuins need NAD to work. Without them, they don't work. In fact, if you don't have NAD in your body, you'd be dead in about 30 seconds. It's a really important molecule. But as we get older, we lose NAD. So by the time you're 50, like I am, almost am, you have about half the levels of what you had when you were 20. So that's not good. And these sirtuins, they don't protect the body without high levels of...
In other words, as you get older, in order to stay strong, healthy, and mentally sharp, you need to keep your NAD levels up. Sure, there are a lot of NAD products out there, but ask yourself this. Why is NMN the only one the FDA is trying to turn into a drug? Why are they spending millions of dollars to do it? Because it's the best. It works better than the rest, and that's exactly why Big Pharma wants to control it. And here's the bottom line. This is the final week to stock up. Once September 30th passes, the FDA could take NMN away for good. That's why I pushed Black Forest to get us the deal right now so my audience has a chance to stock up before it's gone forever. They agreed to do an amazing buy one, get one free for the next 48 hours only. This stuff isn't cheap, so it's the perfect time to stock up. Don't wait until the FDA shuts this down. Link is pinned in the comments and in the description. If you don't decide now, the FDA will decide for you, and once it's gone forever. Thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Black Forest Supplements for sponsoring.
Thank you, Black Forest Supplements.
Love those guys. Hey, did you have a nice Halloween, Richard?
I did.
Me too.
Explain.
Well, unfortunately, my costume didn't come. I ordered this heavily discounted wizard costume that still hasn't even shipped yet.
Oh, wow.
But that's okay. It was like 80% off. That was probably a little clue.
Yeah.
And I think it was in China, and I ordered it like 3 days before Halloween. But that's something you can kind of use year round.
Yeah, for sure. Typical Fleckus order. And I think we should be on the lookout for this when it finally comes. I have a feeling it won't look anything like this. It'll be some Chinese plastic schlop.
And your head goes in the hat. That's the trick, because it's like a little wizard, but your head's in the hat.
Someone's head goes in the hat. For some reason, I don't think this will fit you. I think whatever size you ordered will be a small.
Well, it says one size fits all.
Oh, then it definitely will not fit you. So
one Chinese person size fits all. So, that will maybe just get hung on the wall, or we can use it to prank Jerry or something.
Okay.
Or I can donate it. We have a little bit of a Halloween recap.
Yeah.
I know it's been a few days, but there are some things to get to. There was a costume in bad taste. This woman did an assassinated Trump costume. So they got Trump with the bullet hole in his head. It's not very tasteful, but
not very subtle either.
Yeah, a little heavy-handed, but I will defend to the death your right to say it, brother.
I won't. I hope you get fired, shit-canned, expelled, whatever, because you do that to me.
That's a good point.
If it was one of your heroes, you'd do that to me. So get fucked.
Remember the rodeo clown from like 10 years ago? The rodeo clown wore an Obama mask, and then they completely ruined his life and banned him from rodeos.
Yeah, we have a picture of it right here. And, that mask was probably a little aggressive, Obama mask. It looks like Obama as a cartoon Japanese villain on World War II era poster.
Yeah.
With the buck teeth. Loose lips sink ships type propaganda. But yeah, they really went all out. Condemned from both sides of the aisle, right-wingers and left-wingers.
Condemned and banned from rodeos, which is like local country people.
Don't felons do rodeo clown stuff?
Yeah.
Like you get out of jail and it's like, well, who's going to hire me? The used car lot or I could go get bucked off a bull?
Get in the ring with the bull. You can do that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But the right wing actually had a good showing on Halloween. There's a lot of people doing blackface, which is interesting to see.
Where the fuck my food stamps at, nigga? Y'all niggas hate black people for real.
Now, this is offensive because of the historical context from vaudeville era insensitive depictions and shit.
Plus what she said. Also, I will be fair as a fair guy on a normal guy show. Little heavy-handed as well. Trump assassinated costume, little heavy-handed. Blackface, my N-word about EBT, also heavy-handed.
But rare.
But rare, extremely rare.
You don't see that every day.
And
the lips, too?
I would almost say, borderline extinct for a certain period of time. This is like finding the dodo bird again.
Yeah.
This was extinct from 2008 to basically 2016, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's back.
And there was some explanations I thought were worth reading from Shaniqua posting delusions.
Yes, a pretty racially insensitive Twitter account. But the commentary has some value here. Black people are not offended by blackface. What offends them is society no longer willing to grovel to them and not giving a shit about their fake grievances.
That's what it is.
Totally.
This is art. This is social commentary. This is art.
Yeah. And then here we have another picture of 4 other people wearing blackface. And then Shaniqua posting delusion said the grip that libtards had over culture has totally collapsed. And it's so funny watching them seethe about it 24/7.
That's good.
And, I personally wouldn't wear blackface. But it's one of those things, again, where what's the most offensive thing I can do? I'm going to do that for shock value. Okay, it's wearing blackface on Halloween, right?
Yeah, but also I'm not going to say this has no place in the conservative movement. This is abhorrent. I abhorred.
I'm not the conservative movement police.
I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny.
Little tasteless. If you're funny with it, it's funny. That's the whole point. It's a piece of. It's like a sword with your armor. So you can't just win a war with just a sword. You got to have the other shit too. Fighting skills, humor. What was that, a bug?
Got a little bug. I got him.
All right, thank you.
And then Only Fauci, the Instagram account, she was the N-word plane guy.
Yeah, the
That's
Burger King
funny.
crown guy.
It's good to see our side not giving any fucks. Because that's important going forward. We can't be scared and we can't be like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah. We do need some people on the front lines, and I'm glad to see we have it.
Yeah, and then who's that black comedian? Drewski?
Yeah.
He was in whiteface at a NASCAR race calling some black kid boy. Some polite black kid. boy.
I abhor this.
Yeah, I have to condemn that behavior. No, I don't give a fuck. The world is the world.
Yeah,
Go figure out what offends you and then be personally offended by it, I guess, if that matters to you.
Very true. Yeah. And then this next clip was my favorite clip from the Halloween recap. It was it's a trans person against a woman in a Native American Indian outfit.
Just mind your own fucking business. She's dressed as a Native American.
Are you trans? Is that a costume or is that how you are? Huh?
Do I look trans?
A little bit.
You look trans.
But it's also Halloween. I look trans?
I was just mind your own business. I'm not even talking to you. I don't give a fuck what you're
You're offended? You're offended, but you're dressed up like a girl.
He's like, I'm not even talking to you.
I'm not even talking to you two. I'm trying to intimidate a woman. Stand back, guys. I'm a man trying to intimidate a woman. Like, so fucking stupid. And cock imprint on his little skirt.
We got the fishnets.
And this is just one of those things, like, and he's trying to be nonchalant, like, I'm eating food, I'm comfortable here, speaking truth to power. It's like all an act, right? That kind of energy, like, no, I'm unfazed by this, but I'm offended at that woman's costume. And this whole thing can be summed up, like, if you're the woman, obviously you're like, weird guy in my personal space kind of coming up to me. But you don't listen to this type of person. So when this type of person starts speaking, you don't listen. It's like a full circle thing.
I have an old saying I used to go by that says, only listen to who you listen to.
And I certainly wouldn't be listening to this type of guy.
Not even close. And that's the type who's going to go vote for Mamdani and then get attacked on the subway.
This also is a relic of the past, too. You don't see this much anymore. The libtard confronting someone. Because the two sides, the blackface and the Trump execution outfit, they're two ships passing in the night. They're each catering to their own audience.
Mostly online.
But yeah, exactly. But this guy, you don't see that anymore. This is a 2015, 2014 era type confrontation.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And then the woman in the Indian headdress, her face could be a meme right there.
Signature look of disgust.
That's pretty good. Yeah. We do have some candy bowl emptying, as you can see here.
The fat hands shoveling as much as candy as you can grab in, of course. Fat motherfuckers always pulling their shirt down. Always pulling their shirt down.
Loaded it up. You know, I'm going to be honest here, guys.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I may or may not have emptied a few unattended candy bowls. And it was like American mischief.
Hand to God, I may have as well.
Throw a couple eggs, shaving cream someone's car.
Yeah, do a little mischief on Halloween night, right?
TP the teacher's house who called your mom and gave you a progress report because you didn't whatever.
But that, when I was trick-or-treating, America was a pretty white country.
And it was nice.
Yeah.
And the people who were stealing all the time weren't the ones stealing the candy. It was like our one time a year to act like the people who steal, to act like the certain groups that steal all the time.
Totally.
So that's worse than whatever I did because of the color of her skin. Is that? Am I going to go on the record?
You might be getting somewhere. No, there is something a little different with Ring cameras. That was a pre-Ring camera thing where you sneak away. It's worse with Ring cameras and then transporting yourself to a different neighborhood. Oh, I'm from the apartment buildings and I'm unloading this free candy bowl in the nice neighborhood. I was doing that in my neighborhood to like my personal neighbors if I was taking too much.
And it was like a high trust society and then there's like one low trust day a year.
Exactly.
Now it's a low trust society and then you see something low trust. Like that is actually worse.
Yeah. And if there's, I don't know, it might be too mean, but like if my group was the group who was like the meme was, I would steal your bike. I wouldn't steal anyone's bike. I wouldn't try to contribute to my own bad biases, right?
That's a good point.
Something like that.
I'm glad we clarified that.
But yeah, and then especially fat, older, greedy,
no costume.
The woman we just showed, no costume. That's a total. And then the kid who comes up next is no costume. It's a total lack of participation in the norms.
Yeah. I left the candy bowl out because I didn't really want to like answer the door every 2 seconds. And every group that came, they had like this moment of like, can we steal all this? And there'd always be one, just take one, guys. And then I saw one kid come in a cow costume by himself. And he came and he took one mini Snickers And it's like, what are you doing?
Shame on you.
Take a handful.
One mini Snickers? Come on.
Team and left. And then there was a group of urban youths that came. There was a lot of urban youths that came. But one group
They
came,
get shipped in.
Yeah.
These urban youths do not live where you live.
Yeah. I have like a nice neighborhood. They come from the not nice neighborhood to go to this neighborhood to trick or treat. And they came in, and there was one group that was like thinking about stealing all the candy, and they go, no, there's a Ring camera. There's a Ring camera. Don't do it. And then one kid looks in the window and sees me on the couch watching TV, and he goes, there's someone inside.
And then you turn like...
He goes, there's someone in there. And then they all ran away.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, trick-or-treating was good, but it's not fully how it used to be when we were younger. And I saw this tweet that made me kind of sad. Can you give it a read?
Yeah, and I mean, the picture is... I think it's even AI generated, but that's not what's important. It's just like Halloween on a street where all the kids are out. And somebody said, you don't see neighborhoods like this anymore because most young parents don't own homes. Less than 5% of mortgage holders are under 30 in major metros, and the average homeowner is over 50. That's why most neighborhoods or suburbs feel empty. They're owned by older people whose kids are grown, while younger families are renting apartments and priced out of the communities.
And we can't forget the migrants.
Yeah.
It's not easy to let your kids out of your sight anymore because there's a Pakistani person or someone on a bike and they want to like grab your kid and do horrible things.
Totally.
So got to keep that in mind. All right, that's the end of our little Halloween recap. We're now getting into a little bit of an election update. We've been talking about this for the last few weeks, but the census errors. This was just on CNN. I thought this was important.
One of the big things is it helps decide congressional maps.
Right.
Does this have everything to do with redistricting?
Well, it does. In fact, we know the 2020 census, the errors were almost always to the detriment of red states. Blue states like Rhode Island.
Do we know that?
We do know that. The Census Bureau's own audit of its work has proven that. Blue states like Rhode Island were overcounted. Rhode Island then didn't lose a seat. Red states like Alabama were undercounted. Listen, this is just a fact. It wasn't all red-blue, but it was disproportionately red-blue.
Oops.
Whoopsie. You'll get another one in 10 years.
Yeah, oops, we did the census wrong, and it only helped the Democrats. And then when you think about the role that all the illegals that are here play in the census itself, it makes more sense. Look at this tweet. It really sums everything up.
By the numbers, the Democrats have around 50 fraudulent congressional seats due to illegals, 760,000 people per seat, 40 million illegals. That's what this is all about. Power. Every 600 or 760,000 illegals deported, the Democrats lose a seat.
Not good.
That's what we're fighting for, guys. That's kind of it. And that's why California remains high, New York, all these states. It pads their numbers electorally. And so we're fighting both incorrect censuses and gerrymandering, which have been kind of two hot button issues.
Very much an uphill battle. Yeah. And Trump obviously wants proof of citizenship to vote. And a federal judge rules Trump can't require citizenship proof on the federal voting form.
Yeah, federal judge rules all 8 billion inhabitants of planet Earth should be allowed to vote in American elections, basically, is what they're saying.
And that's so frustrating.
And it was a little more complex than that, the issue. Like, it was a very specific court case, but that's the kind of takeaway, that you can't put it on that form. And it's like, why? What are we doing? How did we get here? We don't have a country at all?
You can't make sure that only citizens are voting. And then it makes you wonder, like, okay, maybe we should have ICE at every voting station. That would be good. And then who would that keep away? Illegals.
Yeah.
What's the problem there? And then I want to take it a little further and maybe get a little schizo corner here. But imagine if they try to bait us into facial recognition via like Palantir to make sure the election is secure. Mm-hmm. It's like, that would sound good.
Yeah.
But then you're yesing and green lighting facial recognition, Overwatch, Big Brother shit.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like they created all these problems, not intending to solve them, and then the solution they eventually propose with all the violent crime or the illegal immigration is going to be, all right, let's just get Palantir to put these sensors up, and it'll be able to tell us everyone in the area, and there you go.
Yeah, not good, not good. Not the future I want to see, which is why deportations and domestic issues are so much more important for this Trump administration than spending time on international relations or other dumb shit that I don't care about. We have an emergency at home.
Very true. And then, as we mentioned last episode, we talked about Operation Arctic Frost, which was the illegal spying from the Biden administration on hundreds of Republicans, many of which are in office.
Members of the Senate, yeah.
Members of the Senate, and it was approved by Judge Boasberg. And we have a list here of some of the laws that were broken and justifications for arresting Judge Boasberg.
Yeah, and this is from Mike Benz, and he says, here are 3 criminal charges Pam Bondi could immediately arrest Judge Boasberg for over the Arctic Frost scandal. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Judge Boasberg willfully deprived U.S. senators of their statutory right under 2 U.S.C. 6628 to receive notification of legal processes seeking disclosure of Senate data. 2, obstruction of proceedings before Congress. This charge claims that the gag order obstructed the Senate's ability to exercise its oversight functions. And number 3, conspiracy against rights. The DOJ asserts that Judge Boasberg conspired with special counsel Smith's office to infringe upon the senator's rights.
Maybe Pam Bondi hasn't looked it up yet.
Yeah, she's
at brunch.
Her clerk is working on it. Somebody under her is asking ChatGPT what to do about it.
Yeah, she's at brunch or something.
And this is what I mean. Like we always take this like, oh, the census, that didn't go your way. Oh, we did a little bit of spying. It was all on you, Republicans. When the fuck do we punch back to a certain extent, right? Like, I'm tired of just finding out bad shit 5 years later. You know, I want to hit somebody.
And that's what I don't get. It's like the law is the law. Who does it apply to? Everybody.
Yeah.
This person broke the law. Let's zip tie him up.
Yeah. Remember when no one is above the law was the talking point for 18 months for Democrats? No one's above the law. Let's circle back on that, guys.
We're not making new laws and retroactively going back and going, all right, now we got you, Judge. Like, he broke the law.
And then a lot of these judges, right, who did the dirty work for the left in general, like, they haven't seen any one of their friends get in trouble for it. So someone needs to be made an example of. The same way an immigrant who really is helpful on the left or a high-profile person on the left, they need to be deported too. Like, we need to make an example out of some of these individuals because the message that sends is more important than one guy going to jail for a couple months.
That's very true. In the same way, when you blow up the Venezuelan drug ships, less drug ships come.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep blowing everyone up because you blow up a few and then like, all right, let's not send the ships anymore.
You actually eventually save lives by blowing up Venezuelan
like
drug
if you
ships.
start arresting judges that are doing illegal stuff, do you think the next time a judge has an opportunity to oppose Trump in an illegal way, they'll do it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And what does the Sean Davis tweet say?
It is a violation of federal law to prevent data carriers from informing the Senate of collection of its data. Boasberg wrote an illegal order to ban the Senate from being informed because that same law requires federal courts to quash the data collection upon a motion by the U.S. Senate to do so. So basically,
we got Boasberg every way we can. Like
Yeah.
we have him in multiple ways till Sunday, and we still don't get him in trouble.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. And then Pam Bondi, one of my least favorite offices. Attorney General. Attorney General is one of the most important offices for responding to lawfare that's happened and, electioneering and all the weird shit that they've done, weird voter turnout stuff that's been done. It's really important. And then we have a seemingly ineffectual person in that office right now.
And it could have been Matt Gaetz.
Well, yeah, I don't think it ever would have.
But imagine.
I know. It would be great. Obviously, that's who I would prefer.
That's a real America.
I think people would have dragged him over the coals and never would have confirmed him type stuff. And that's the reason we got Bondi. But it's sad. It's dark, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're moving on to our Mamdani section. But before we get there, we have a very special message from Farmer Bill. Guys, picture this. You're on the go. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're working and you're starving. And there's not a lot of healthy options around, so you pick something as a snack that you know is not good for you. Your day just got sabotaged by carbs and sugar, which always leads to a crash and brain fog. When it comes to snacking, you need something clean, healthy, and easy. And on top of that, you need protein. Most Americans are only taking in half the amount of protein they should every single day. Farmer Bill's new beef sticks makes that easy. His beef sticks just launched and they're made with steak, not trim like other beef sticks on the market. While most meat stick brands import their beef, Farmer Bill is a patriot, so he only uses pasture-raised beef from South Dakota, free of antibiotics, hormones, and mRNA. Their beef sticks and biltong come in 4 flavors: original, spicy chili, garlic and herb, and smokehouse. And if you're into organs, Farmer Bill also has an ancestral blend, which includes beef liver and heart. My personal favorites are the garlic and herb slabs and the original beef sticks, which you can bundle together and save 20% when you use code FLECKUS20 at checkout. Go to farmerbillsprovisions.com today and stock up, or you can click the link in the show notes below for an easy checkout. If you bundle over $125 worth, you get free shipping. Never get caught without a clean protein snack again. Thank you to Farmer Bill for sponsoring. Let's get back to housekeeping.
Farmer Bill's Provisions, the perfect protein snack.
All right, thank you to Farmer Bill.
Thank you, Farmer Bill.
Those new meat sticks are really fantastic. It's like having steak in your pocket. You just go, and you're slurping up steak.
Lovely.
All right, Mamdani section. The election is today, so if you're in New York, make sure you go vote for the guy who killed your grandparents. I saw
literally. I mean, that's what sucks. We're at the point of elections. And I mean, I don't live in New York. New York's not my city. But the lesser of two evils, and then the spread between the two evils is so drastic that you do have to recommend Cuomo.
It's like really, really, really evil, ruined the city, or really evil, killed your grandparents, was in on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen there, but we will see. Mamdani had a tweet that I wanted to start the section off with.
Yeah, apparently there's another Indian holiday that I guess was after Diwali. We're not big fans of Diwali, and I've never heard of this one. But Mamdani said, "Happy Gurpurab to the Sikh community of NYC. Thank you, Baba Makan Shah Lubana Gurdwara, for having me at your beautiful Nagar Kirtan in Richmond Hill."
So a lot of those words, they go somewhere else.
Yeah, those words happen far, far away in a land that I never have to see or go to. Not in Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill doesn't sound like a place for Nagar, Kirtan, Shah, Lubana, Gurdwara.
Yeah, Gurdwara, I'm not involved with. And that's kind of so, it's a bad juxtaposition. It's like a mosque in Christchurch, New Zealand. It's like Christchurch, there's a mosque. Why?
Something ain't right.
Why did that happen?
And it begs the question, can we deport Mamdani, or at least make it so he can't run, because it is known that he lied on his immigration forms?
Yeah. That's kind of like debated, like he's a member of the Democrat Socialists or whatever, and then you have to disclose communist ties, and then they'll go, well, that's not communist. It's just really close to it in the next step.
But if it's illegal, who do the laws apply to? Everybody. Who's above the laws? Nobody. You can get him maybe thrown out of the election.
Yeah. I think it's a little late for that, though, to be honest. Podcast releasing on election day.
That would be an A-level deportation if you like arrested him. That's like the ace of spades.
Oh, yeah.
Mamdani on election day.
Deck of cards of the socialist, ace of spades, Mamdani, right before he gets New York.
On election day.
Throw it out.
That would be sick. And then this next tweet kind of explains why Muslim mayor is dangerous in a Western country.
Yeah, and because he's not exactly like, he's going to gay bars and stuff. He's more like a woke global citizen pussy type than he is a Islamic hardliner. But this guy said, Connor Tomlinson said, what people don't understand is this isn't because of Marxism, postmodernism, or even the duty to emigrate and establish a caliphate in Islamic scripture. Their politics is as simple as, I hate white people. I want to take their stuff and give it to people who look like me. To read an ideological motive into this is to ascribe conscious thoughts where there are none. Centuries of cousin marriage has crippled their ability to think to a level of abstraction required for individualism or empathy. It's basic ethnic resentment and envy, and it doesn't belong in Britain, America, Europe, or anywhere civilized.
There is something there about that that empathy and like the what are these?
Individualism.
The individualism and how you can't really have it.
Yeah, as opposed to just collective thoughts and envy and and redistributing wealth because you just got here.
And that's the key, is the envy.
Yeah. Mamdani became a citizen in like 2018.
And now he's going to be the mayor of the best city in the world? It's bad.
Doesn't make sense.
And a big problem with it is obviously his support from liberals, especially liberal white women. Listen to this woman at a town hall and listen to why she thinks that Mamdani and diversity is good for New York City.
One of the reasons I moved here is because I wanted to be surrounded by people who are not like me. I wanted to hear 7 different languages every day when I walk down the street. And I'll speak for myself personally. I hope that our next mayor will be somebody who can protect our way of life here in New York and protect and fight for the things that we want and stand up to those who want to take things away from us, those who want to defund us. And because all of those things will make all of our current problems so much worse.
What the fuck are you talking about?
7 different languages she likes to hear.
You want to be surrounded by people who don't look like you?
You can't even understand the language. The only instance where someone would say, oh, I want to be in an area where 7 different languages are spoken is if like you're some polyglot linguist who like needs to study up on all these languages. You're just like, I like shawarma and brown guys.
There's already enough shawarma and brown people.
Yeah, trust me.
There's a lot. So she'll be in a hijab soon.
Stupid haircut. She probably wants to cover it up.
Yeah. They'll make her wear a hijab and she'll think it's good. And she'll obviously vote against her best interest because she hates white people, just like the invaders do. And there's another picture here.
You know what? I got to push back. She won't be in a hijab soon, but all her tax money, if she gives any, will be spent on shit that doesn't help her and goes to some weird foreigner who just got here. That's like, that's kind of like the meme, right? You'll be in a hijab soon.
I think she might be.
I don't think there's any truth to that. I think you'll be more likely in a gay, race communism, shitty, waste of money, indebted city before you're in a hijab, right? There's an order of operations here. The Islamic Caliphate comes after the city's bankrupted.
Well, there might be a thing where the third worlders get so handsy that like you naturally cover
camouflage.
up. You cover up all the way where you're like, oh, I wear a skirt down to my ankle and I wear
you back your way into
I wear
a
turtleneck.
I wear a scarf.
I wear a headscarf to kind of cover me so no one grabs me.
A medical mask. You kind of backdoor your way into only showing your eyes again.
Yeah.
I get that. All
That's
right,
what I'm saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know? And I found this other picture here of a protester. I feel much safer with refugees than fascists. Retard.
You're a fucking idiot.
So that's pretty.
Show me one fascist sexual assault. Like one person you think is a right-wing fascist. And show me like a rape.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the refugees like don't even read your sign. They're just like trying to touch you.
They grab your ass.
And then next we're in like a little mini section of like stupid liberal white women.
Yeah.
This next lady opens the door of an ICE van after an apprehension to let the person out.
And watch the guy's reaction. That's kind of the most important part at the end here.
Hey! 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 No!
Gun time.
And look at these women who think they're doing something. The one lady blowing the whistle.
Yeah. One lady just yelled, "Hey! No!"
These are like dangerous people.
Oh, of course. Look at this truck is rear-ended. It's in post-accident. You have an apprehension. And this fat, overweight woman at the beginning thought she could just free someone from federal custody. Like, where do you get the balls? Where do you get the balls to do that?
And then if you thought like there was so much injustice in this country and everyone needs to step up to fight back against the Nazis, the front line is like fat liberal white women.
Literally, like a middle-aged fat white woman. Why would that be the front lines?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And obviously with Mamdani, a lot of his plans and a lot of his proposals include like more money for this, less money for prisons, more money for schools. And it sounds good. Oh, more money for schools. Who would be against that? But it's actually a bad thing because New York already gets so much money for schools. This lady breaks it down really well.
For all the well-meaning people who voted for Zoran Mamdani and want more taxes and more government programs, I'm going to tell you a few facts, and then I want you to tell me why you think giving our city more money is the solution. So New York City's budget is $110 billion. It's the biggest budget in the country by far. It spends $40,000 per student to send them to school. And less than half of the kids in elementary school are proficient in math and reading. Residents here already have the highest tax burden in the country, and the government is not providing the services to show for it. So my question for you is, why would you be giving a city who already has so much money more money.
There you go.
Yeah, huge budget, already incredibly inefficient, showing no results.
40K per student.
Yeah, for like some idiot to go to school in Queens, you know?
And then half of them are not even good enough at their grade level for reading or math.
Yeah.
And then keep in mind as well, 50% of the taxes that come into New York are paid by the top 1%.
Yeah.
So they're going to bounce.
Though they will be leaving. Some will be leaving for sure.
Yeah, not good. All right, that's the end of our Mamdani section. Hopefully he doesn't win, but I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, there was a Republican Jewish coalition conference, and everyone was going after like Tucker for hosting Nick Fuentes on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with some Ted Cruz tweets. First, let's read the Fuentes tweet and then the Ted Cruz response.
Yeah, he said at the Republican Jewish coalition, Ted Cruz says that he repeatedly begged Trump to bomb Iran for weeks. Don't let the $7,000 club gaslight you into thinking that their attacks on Tucker Carlson and me are about anti-Semitism. This is about Israel losing control over America. And Ted Cruz responded and he said, Trump's bombing the Ayatollah's nuclear facilities made the little Nazi mad. Good.
Which is ironic because Ted Cruz also said they don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Political violence is a left-wing phenomenon. Enough is enough. We need to shut it down. I guess he forgot.
He forgot about that last week, yeah.
He forgot about that. And then, is Nick Fuentes a Nazi?
I don't know.
Is he a Nazi?
Is he dressing up and doing shit?
Doing the thing?
Or does he just have some opinions?
And he makes some jokes on a live stream where he goes live like hours a day, like 50 hours a month probably. And then all the examples are like a half a sentence from 2 years ago, from 6 years ago,
Yeah.
So it really isn't good. And keep in mind as well, everyone who's complaining about this, we're going to show more clips, but like Ted Cruz, these are all like real rhino types that eventually let you down. It's just a matter of time. And this Israel issue is really weeding out all the fake MAGA people big time.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen one this divisive in a good way.
Totally.
Where we're just leaving behind anyone who's like a boomer Zionist retard.
And then people are getting extremely emotional about it. Instead of just being like, here's my opinion, it's like, no, here's why you have to have this opinion. And then people are like trying to convince you at a rate that you never see in the movement. Like it's such an emotional and manipulative thing that it's really exposing like what you really care about for certain individuals, right?
Big time.
You want to play the Mark Levin?
We have a Mark Levin clip here. He was going at it as well.
And I just want the anti-American, anti-Israel, anti-West crowd to understand something. You're going to have to come through me and millions of people just like me, and you're not going to make it. You think your stupid little podcast, or your stupid little subscription program, or your little TV show, or maybe you have a little radio show, is going to change the world like hell it is, not if I and everybody else have something to say about it.
Yeah, and don't forget, Mark Levin was anti-Trump in 2016, and he backed DeSantis in 2024, like a year ago. And now he's telling us who's MAGA and who isn't.
It's almost parody at this point. And Andrew Torba said they're utterly terrified that their multi-trillion-dollar propaganda machine is no match for a couple of podcast shows, a few blogs, and an army of 100,000 reply guys. They should be. We have something far more powerful than TikTok, CNN, or rigged algorithms, the truth. And that was Levin was a very gatekeepy energy. Like, we'll deplatform you. You don't think your podcast, we're going to make you irrelevant is the threat. Again, very emotional, very passionate about this particular issue, right?
Very. And Bowtie Ranger had an interesting point as well. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, he said, aside from Stephen Miller and Amanda Milius, there wasn't a single prominent Republican Jew who was pro-Trump /MAGA in 2016. And now all these people are trying to get rid of the people who backed Trump on day one, like parasites hijacking a new host.
Parasites? Dehumanizing us? You're going to put us in the gas?
No, and that's true. I mean, there are definitely other unnamed Jewish early Trump supporters. So like, that's not totally true, but you get what he's saying as an example. Like specifically, I think we're probably going to get to Ben Shapiro types later. But Ben Shapiro, like, Donald Trump is a liar. He would title his podcast that and, like, do this shit. And then now they want to define what MAGA is all about. And to be honest, they have been winning. Getting the Iran bombing, other certain things, concessions, Golan Heights in the first term, certain things like that. But they're so mad that people are calling it out, you know?
And then you had a theory that Mark Levin's got a histrionic personality disorder.
Well, that's the word that kept coming up in my mind when I was seeing all this Israel's infighting unfold. Histrionic. I just keep thinking of the word histrionic. And then I looked up histrionic personality disorder, which is like, this is not for an individual. This is more for like them as a group. But I saw some words that go with this, and it said sensitive, intense, self-centered, theatrical, attention-seeking, emotional, exaggeration. Some of those key words, like, that's how they do it. They reframe this. Like, Tucker and Nick Fuentes, that was a podcast. It was a conversation. And then it changes to you're platforming and you didn't push back and all these, like, weird twists on it to make something seem like a lot worse than it is. And then I think they're actually alienating an audience by doing that. Like, you can believe either way on either side of this issue. But when you see someone going so crazy and calling it the worst thing that's ever happened, and then you juxtapose that with the content of the conversation that they had, something disconnects there. Something ain't right. And an average layperson can see that someone went crazy and someone had a conversation, right?
Histrionic.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about just World War II in general.
Okay.
Not a history lesson.
Okay.
But as you guys know, World War II, 80 million or so people died.
Yeah.
The Jewish people care more about the Jews that died over the Christians that died, obviously.
Yeah.
All you ever hear about is the 6 million, college, elementary school, middle school, high school. All anyone learns from World War II is Hitler bad, 6 million Jews died, right?
Yeah.
So by that same logic, I care more about the Christians who died because those are my people.
Totally.
So for them, it's their people, and the Jews died, and that's a big deal. Okay, go ahead, have that view. With that same logic, I'm allowed to care more about the Christians who died.
Me too.
Hose problem?
There's no problem. I don't
You
see
hate
a
Jews.
problem. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Trying to gas me?
Yeah, I might.
So there's something to say there where it's like 80 million people died and we are told only about 6 million.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Totally.
Lindsey Graham was getting in the mix as well. Lindsey Graham. Go ahead and play it, please.
And I just want to make it really clear, I'm in the Hitler sucks wing of the Republican Party. What is this Hitler shit? I don't know. Anyway.
All right, that's enough. Yeah. Another anti-MAGA person who's now telling us who's MAGA and who's not.
Yeah.
And then Bowtie Ranger had another good point. The pro-Israel bottom.
Potentially the most repulsive homosexual archetype.
Very true.
Yeah.
And then we're getting to Ben Shapiro now.
It's kind of like that PragerU guy, too.
Which one? The gay black one?
Guy. Yeah, the gay black one.
That's a tough archetype.
Yeah.
Next, we have a Ben Shapiro tweet and then a nice rebuttal by Harrison from InfoWars.
Well, this is what I mean by the overreaction. Ben Shapiro made an entire 41-minute episode on this. He really got serious. He put his serious big boy pants on and went crazy with it. He said no to the groypers, no to cowards like Tucker Carlson who normalize their trash, no to the wit to those who champion them, no to demoralization, no to bigotry and anti-meritocratic horse shit. No to anti-Americanism. And then Harrison Smith said, like we were pointing out earlier, some of Ben Shapiro's past, right? Like, if we had listened to Ben Shapiro in the past, no to voting for Trump. He didn't want you to vote for Trump at the beginning. No to opposing the vaccine. No to caring about the browning of America. I think he famously said, I don't give a damn about the browning of America, as long as the fat 5'1" Guatemalan woman has the exact same constitutional principles as Ben Shapiro does.
Mm-hmm.
No to opposing the war in Ukraine, and yes to war with Iran. That's a big one.
There you go.
They like war with Iran.
And here's the reality. The movement is heading towards Tucker, Bannon, Fuentes, and Candace. And we're done with Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Mark Levin, and the Ben Shapiro types. It's like, it's not even debatable. It's not even close. The young people are in that first camp, not the second camp.
Yeah, totally. I think the stranglehold is waning for sure. And you don't have to be involved in... You don't have to have every right opinions. Me and Fleckis have different opinions on certain... We mostly overlap, but on certain different things. But this is just one where this current side, this Israel kind of side, is extremely unpopular and aren't winning anybody over at a time like this. It's like name calling. It's kind of tactics of the left. Name calling, anti-Semitic instead of racist now. And it's like we're discussing like foreign influence on America for the most part.
It's very true.
With a couple anti-Semitic jokes thrown in.
Of course.
There's gonna be those, right?
Yeah. And keep in mind, these are the people in this new MAGA camp trying to gatekeep. These are the people who push for endless wars in the Middle East, Ukraine, Gaza. But Nick Fuentes is a bad guy because he said Cookie Monster couldn't cook 6 billion cookies. And it's like, here's Nikki Haley signing a bomb that killed civilians.
Yeah.
What's worse? What Nick Fuentes said one time on his podcast as a joke, or Nikki Haley signing a bomb that's going to go get dropped on people?
I don't know. What do you think is worse? What do you think is worse, average guy? You know? And that's what they don't think is, they think they can propagandize this instead of people just kind of forming an opinion on their own and being like, yeah, I don't really care about that. I'm not getting emotionally ramped up like Ben Shapiro is. I don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I'm an American born in America. I have no second country to fall back on, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then Brandon Tatum had a stupid tweet.
Yeah, he said supporting Israel is America first. Hating Jews isn't MAGA. And that first sentence,
it contradicts itself.
That's like, my dog is a fish. Like the answer is in the sentence. You know what I mean? Like it's the easiest thing to go, oh no, I disagree.
Supporting Thailand is America first.
Yeah. Replace it with anything. It doesn't make fucking sense. And that's what I'm saying is where if you're an emotional guy looking to signal that you're on the side with somebody else, like you're looking to signal to Lindsey Graham, I'm with you, brother, then this sentence, it's a bat signal.
They're going to love it.
If you're looking to convince a normal guy in middle America, he's going to look at that sentence and go, so that's immediately contradictory, brother.
That doesn't make sense. So exactly, like that tweet is pledging an allegiance to a group, not doing an America First message that's so obviously clear. Yes, and then let's go to this closing statement.
This is from Martyr Made. He said, the rage against Tucker, the barely concealed calls for his murder by pigs like Levin and Fine, is ostensibly because he had a conversation with a controversial public figure, but is really just a reaction to him exposing conservatives, often for the first time, to the violent supremacist behavior of Israel and its disregard of U.S. sovereignty through its lobby and the kind of vitriolic pressure campaigns we're now witnessing. The Israel First crowd has never made a coherent argument for its position. Starting on October 8th, 2023, they've instead resorted to brazen lying, personal attacks, and attempts to silence Americans by intimidation and force. Not only are they largely responsible for dragging America into conflicts not our own, they have polluted our political culture and discourse. If they had an argument, they'd make one. But Americans are, at bottom, decent people who, if they're told truth, will usually do the decent thing. Israel's wildly disproportionate sadistic rampage in Gaza is not something Americans can be debated into supporting. They don't need to be told it's wrong to fire tank shells and machine guns at crowds of starving children trying to reach an aid truck. All right, that's a little far, right? But no, I'm going to keep going, but I'm just saying, like, I don't agree with the sentence itself, right? That's why the only people left who support Israel are politicians for money, certain confused Christians for dogma, and Zionist Jews themselves for identity. The rest of America, the people willing to reconsider their position after the 10,000th murdered child crosses their feed, are saying enough is enough. The bad guys are losing. They know it, and they're lashing out in desperate rage. He's with it, Tucker, 1,000%.
There you go. And there is like a Christian aspect to it there too, where it's like, oh, the Jews are God's chosen people. I don't think that's biblically literate. Yeah. I think God's chosen people are the people who chose Jesus. And it was kind of like the New Testament replaces the Old Testament. The Old Testament is like nullified in a way, and it's like, this is the new covenant. So the chosen people are not, is the word Israel, which now means a country from 70 years ago. Yeah, it's the people who chose Jesus. Now those are God's chosen people. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But there's other people who tell you, oh, it's in the Bible, you got to believe it.
But I think the main thesis of this whole thing is not arguing about the topic itself, but trying to deplatform or make it taboo for anyone to have a conversation with someone who said something with a little shock value. You know, it's this defense of the platforms to have the conversations and the ideas and condemn and weird shit like that, as opposed to talk it out, right?
Very true. Well, that's the end of our Israel section. We're now moving on to our migrant section. First, we have a graph here, a bunch of graphs. And it's the amount of people that Alejandro Mayorkas brought in during Biden's term.
Yeah, and you can see every chart looks approximately the same with the straight line up during 2022, 2023, and 2024. So Mayorkas really did it kind of at the end. Like it ramped up at the end of that Biden term. Senegal, Turkey, China, Uzbekistan, Somalia, Chile, Guinea, Bolivia, Mauritania.
And can you read the tweet that goes along with it?
The breadth of Alejandro Mayorkas' global human importation program remains underappreciated. He flew them in from every random country in the world with no legal or even humanitarian justification.
Can't arrest him?
A crime was committed against Americans.
But Pam Bondi, she's busy. She's at a pumpkin patch with knee-high boots on, taking a picture with the coffee. She's busy.
All right. I'm not disagreeing with you.
What do we need all those people for?
Totally.
And they brought them
there's
all
no
in.
justification. That's what I told. They're not even having the argument. It's much like the last issue. They're not even looking to have the argument. They're just saying, whoops, we did it.
By any means necessary.
Can't send them back. And if you want to send them back, it's a lengthy court appeals thing with they get due process. They're just as American as you. They're more American than you.
So true.
So,
and then here we have some illegals protesting rent increases.
This is in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
The courtyard of a Rogers Park apartment complex echoed with the voices of renters and tenant advocates, united in protest against what they describe extreme rent hikes and unsafe living conditions across several buildings around Fargo and Damon Avenues. Tenants from 4 buildings owned by the same landlord came together and formed a union known as Fuerzas Activas de la Damon.
En estos momentos en que ICE está aterrorizando a nuestra gente.
That's enough.
We don't need to hear speaky Spani.
We don't need to hear no speaky Spani forming a union against the landlord. I don't think that even is okay. You can't even do that.
The illegal immigrants formed a union?
It's like, yeah, I don't even get it.
You think you lay a little lower than that? You lay low.
Yeah.
You guys formed a union for the rent hike that you're illegally paying. Like, you formed a union and you're here illegally?
And I think it said that they are citing ICE raids and fear of working outside for their inability to pay the hikes, the rent hikes.
Are you here illegally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be calling. If I was this landlord, I'd go, all right, they're unionizing. I'm telling ICE which ones aren't citizens.
Yeah, everyone in the union, go get them. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go abroad now for our migrant section. We are going to, I believe, the UK first. We have some Afghan bad migrants.
Oh, this is Germany, the first one. An Afghan migrant in Germany who fatally stabbed a 2-year-old and a 41-year-old was found not criminally responsible for his actions by presiding judge Karsten Krebs and will serve no prison time.
No, for stabbing a baby.
A 2-year-old. And then Into the Memory Hole had a good tweet on it. He said, look, man, I don't know what to tell you. Babies are getting stabbed and the mongrels are allowed to continue doing it. You're facing a white genocide. It should be abundantly clear to you, Western man, wherever you are, that your politicians are pleading with you not to notice.
So sad.
And I think I saw a stat before we came in here, and it might have been from 2015 through 2024. I think 1 million Germans have been victimized by migrants now. I didn't get too into it. I'm sure we'll talk about it next week, probably. 1 million total people have been victimized. So yeah, the likelihood of you getting stabbed or whatever, it's not very high, but the fact that it does happen and then they get released, like, that's more infuriating than like trying to understand, like, well, you're actually more likely to get bit by a shark than stabbed by a migrant. It's like, I get that. But what pisses me off is when society doesn't do the right thing after, right? Mm-hmm. Because then that means something's broken, and it could happen to me. And so there are 1 million victims in Germany alone. And so, yeah, like, you can people get a little, they're doing genocide or, against all white people. It's a white genocide. But, like, what else is it other than that in slow motion, right?
Yeah, like the violence aspect and then the numbers replacing aspect and then the birth rate aspect. It's like, that's what it is.
It's a 3-piece, yeah.
It's a complete 3-piece. Next, we have a stabbing that was caught on camera. We had to blur it a little bit just so it's not so violent on YouTube, but this is a stabbing from an Afghan as well in the UK.
Yeah, and this chap was walking his dog, and a violent migrant just ambushes him and goes...
We had to censor it, but you guys can kind of see what's happening. Horrible.
Just as many stabs as you can get, dude. Afghan arrested over fatal dog walker stabbing. Came to country illegally. Triple attack not being treated as terrorism, said Metropolitan Police.
Came illegally, not a terrorist. Can't send him back because his country's dangerous.
What motivated him? Like, there's just, you're talking about third world IQ mouth breathers.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's part of the white genocide right there. I know that sounds a little hyperbolic, right? But that's it. For that guy, that he's at 100% white genocide rate.
Yeah.
When you've drilled down, it gets to 100%.
Very true. And then a lot of the reason that, it's not fully the case, but a lot of the reason that these migrants are in the West is because of like progressivism. Like, oh, we have to be tolerant and we should give our countries away because white people did colonialism. And then when that happens, you get like leftists who are now going to be faced with like third worlders that you'd never really interact with.
Yeah.
And you get in scenarios like this. This is trans people versus Muslim migrants.
You get it.
The Muslims don't like them.
Yeah, they don't. And come on, guys, just vote Democrat with us.
Yeah, I have Free Palestine in my bio. I'm on your side.
Yeah.
And you have to vote left so you're not a Nazi, But Europe is figuring out that bringing in these people was never about tolerance. That was just used to sedate the white man to get to this point, and now comes phase 2.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately. This is a kind of a sad, weird story. In Germany, man in asylum accommodation pushed friend out window and raped him while he was critically injured.
So he pushed somebody out the window, and I think it was a 22 feet fall, and the guy was all fucked up on the ground, and he goes, kind of hot, unzipped.
So you thought falling out the window was the worst thing that could happen.
No, it gets worse.
It does get worse.
Germany, German guy.
Klaus.
I don't think it's Klaus, brother.
Yep.
So, just another one of the examples. We're at 1 million victimizations in Germany, and, could happen to you, your cousin, anybody who watches this. Don't we translate this podcast into German now?
Yeah, Fleckesprecht.
Fleckesprecht. Nobody watches, though, right?
Some people.
Have you checked?
I haven't checked.
All right. Well, we'll see. Maybe
Our
this episode.
last clip of our migrant section, there are people fighting back. Here we have, I believe this is in the UK, some blokes are fighting back against the migrants.
Some young blokes.
Yeah.
Kids are taking their shots, defending the native. You get it.
Yep. That's what happens.
Nice to see.
Yeah, there has to be a pushback. And if you get violently attacked every day, this is what's going to naturally happen.
Totally.
All right, that's the end of the migrant section. We're now moving on to the final page of housekeeping, where I can say whatever I want. Use the opportunity to tickle the post. Leave a like, leave a comment, then comment again. Then start yapping about what you want to yap about. Okay. Please send us stuff to the P.O. Box.
All right.
Please make sure your notifications are on.
You know what you guys should send to the P.O. Box? Little bug things for Fleckus. His fucking house is full of bugs. We brought them in.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah, so send him.
But it's kind of part of the show lore now.
That's like horrible. We're like doing this, swatting little gnats.
A migrant does something bad and you go like that, like you're mad.
I'm starting to realize plants in the house might not be worth it. Maybe just a clean space. You bring the outside in and then you got bugs forever. So, I don't know, lesson in there maybe.
There might be a lesson in there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. And old episodes you'd be watched. When you have some time, go watch an old episode.
There you go.
They're fun. All right, first, I saw this tweet and I thought it was very interesting.
4 organizations all founded in 1913, the Federal Reserve, the FBI, the IRS, and the Anti-Defamation League. No coincidences. The people who could have prevented these agencies died on the Titanic.
That rings true.
Yeah, it does.
That does ring true.
Those are some bad, that was a bad year.
Yeah.
The song, It Was a Very Good Year, Frank Sinatra?
Opposite.
It was a very bad year.
Yeah. America was
it was 1913.
America was going up, and then 1913 is a steady decline down. I actually, it's kind of like a schizo thing, but it's not. Like, I believe that, and that's true. But while we're in the realm of schizo stuff.
Okay.
I got out schizoed at the car repair shop the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I thought my car had some issue with it, so I went to the repair shop. I'm talking to this guy, and he is full QAnon still.
Oh.
And it's like, oh yeah, like Obama, they already executed him for treason. And he's like telling me all these things. Hillary Clinton, they got rid of her. Someone else is playing her. The woman from Brady Bunch, the mom, is playing Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
And he's like telling me, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, oh, definitely. Baby's blood, adrenochrome. And he's like, yeah. And then he's like telling me, like, oh yeah, Obama, like they got him at Gitmo. I saw it on video.
What, they killed him?
The execution.
Oh, wow.
He saw it on video, and I was like, oh. I don't know
what did this guy see on his phone?
What did you
Just
watch?
Some other black guy getting killed, maybe.
And then I was trying to impress him because I wanted to impress him. So I was like, "Oh, I actually met Trump."
Because you could relate to him.
And I knew all the theories. Like I follow that stuff. So I said, "Oh, I met Trump like 3 or 4 years ago. Here's a picture of me and him." And he goes, it's not the real Trump. That's the decoy. The real Trump has a red tie and the pin here. So that's just a decoy. The fake Trump wears a yellow tie or a striped tie. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Because
most people think that's cool. I guess I'll just put my phone back in my pocket.
Like if you meet a Trump supporter, I met Trump. Oh, that's so cool. What's he like?
Yeah.
No, that's a fake Trump. That's the decoy.
That's not even him.
And I go, damn.
Very rare for you to get out schizoed.
Out schizoed by a lot.
I kind of want to talk to this guy.
You should. And he was going. All right, let's get to our next piece. I thought this was an interesting post.
This guy says, Scott Clary says, the real reason you're tired all the time, it's not your workload, it's your open loops. The text you haven't answered, the apology you owe, the decision you're avoiding, the conversation you keep postponing. These run in the background of your mind all day, draining your battery. Close your loops, watch your energy return. Mental clutter is more exhausting than physical work will ever be. He lost me there at the end. There's some pretty exhausting physical work. But I agree in principle with all this stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You got it's like running Adobe Photoshop in the background of your computer. Like, I'm avoiding texting that person.
And then your computer has the fan and it goes.
Yeah.
And then
computer gets hot.
And you get the spinning wheel and you can't open your email.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like that.
The way we do the podcast, I have closed loops.
Yeah.
You do the podcast and it's out. Most people have like, oh, that big project I'm working on, that whatever. We finish the podcast and I go, done.
There's like 2 loops a week.
Yeah. One loop. And it's all manageable
enough.
enough.
True.
So
it's very good.
It's nice.
All right, next, this guy is doing bear mace training. Thought this was interesting. So he's got bear mace in his pocket and he's showing you what it's like. You want to go one more.
That's how fast they come.
You think
it doesn't go one more? You want me to play it again?
Play it again.
All right, just for the
So
top
you're
speed.
standing around, and then, is that a bear?
Bear.
That's not fast enough.
Yeah. This woman with a kid in the stroller in the background, he's going to get bear mace in his eye.
That's pretty good. All right, moving on to our next clip. This guy, I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to even say what he does, but you'll see. So he's in the back room, and he's kind of having some issues.
Looks like he's about to shit.
But why is he shitting on the stuff?
That's so true.
What did you just shit on the floor or shit around the corner or shit behind that little wet floor sign?
Yeah.
He just blew it on like drinks.
He ruined like 36 Sprites.
Yeah. You got to go home right after that, right?
Yeah.
You go straight home.
Look at he shits on it. And he looks at it. He checks it out. What are these
not
people?
Good. It's really not good.
Okay.
All right, well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, Cringe of the Week. Our first clip of Cringe is what we mentioned in the intro. We have a feminine Chad epidemic. So you guys have maybe seen this viral sound going. We can't play it because it's copywritten music, so I'll just sing along. But you have like these New York City young guys, and this is the kind of content they're making in the subway station. Morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? Bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing. So you get the point, right? They're just dancing around.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand why there's like, you guys have probably seen this. There's like tons of guys like this who are doing all this weird content online. And here's the thing. They're not low T.
Yeah.
They're like jacked. They have 6-packs. They work out. They have like a chiseled jaw. They're handsome guys.
Pretty boy.
they're in good shape. They're handsome. They're pretty boys. But what's going on here? Like, they're not doing this as a bit. And I kind of have a theory.
Okay.
I'm going to cook a little bit here. I think this is a reaction to the market that we're currently in between men and women. And these guys want to be attractive to girls, and they want attraction from girls. And girls are poisoned from birth control and attracted to more feminine men. So these guys are doing this gay stuff to appeal to them.
Okay.
And it kind of feels natural because women are attracted to feminized men because of birth control, but also the birth control is in the water. So they're drinking this, and it kind of naturally feminizes them. So it's like, oh yeah, let's make some content. Like, it doesn't feel like out of the box or out of the ordinary.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Can I offer another perspective too?
Yeah.
Money. What if you have zero personality and you're a 10 guy in New York? You want to get some TikTok followers, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know if these guys are 10 or not. It's not like I don't know these guys. So I'm not really.
But they're handsome guys.
Yeah, for sure. But my point is, like, I agree with what you're saying. They're catering to women, and then it's money, and then the women want a certain type of guy. I don't know. I feel like there's also you know how Disney Channel used to have like 21-year-olds playing high schoolers?
Yeah.
There's a version of this where like younger kids are like liking this and going, oh, he's so hot type shit.
That's a good point too.
So I don't know. But yeah, I totally think you're right. There's a doom reward loop happening. Birth control heavily involved in that loop.
Birth control heavily involved. And then we have another version of the same piece of content where they're like setting up a tripod and then a bunch of guys are filming. There's copywritten music on this one as well, so we can't play it, but minus the music, look what they're doing here. And the caption is, just a reminder, your girl on TikTok is thirsting over guys that do this. So it's guy number 1 doing lip syncing with no shirt on. And then does a little thing. Here comes his boy. These guys are all jacked.
He does his move.
And this other guy comes.
Oh, these guys are all fucking so gay together.
And they're all doing this. And they're all like jacked.
There's got to be money. It's money.
I think this is the plan all along for men. Because if you think about it, none of the guys in these groups are going to get the migrants out.
That's true. They're busy. They're busy learning TikTok lip syncing stuff.
They're busy doing
There's no migrant. You can't dig out a migrant.
You can't dig out a migrant when you're lip syncing songs and like picking out a cute outfit.
You can't join ICE when you're making $10K a month on TikTok.
There's something there.
Yeah.
And then I want to maybe extrapolate a little on the other side with women. Women post slutty pictures on Instagram, right?
Yeah, we fall victim for that too. Men, we're not above that. We're worse, actually. Men.
Yeah. So women,
I've seen your algorithm.
My algorithm.
I've seen those.
My algorithm is all fishing videos, old BMWs and old Mercedes, some weight loss stuff.
I know. I just wanted to get.
I don't have any of that in my algorithm.
I know what your algorithm is.
But women post slutty pictures on Instagram to get attention from men. But that's not the goal, the male attention. It's the motivation is the attention from men because they're competing with other women over the attention from men. So it's not like, oh, I'm posting this picture so I get attention from men. It's I'm posting this picture and then when I get attention from men, I'm getting more attention from men than Sally over here.
Okay.
So they're competing with each other over the attention from men, but the number one motivation isn't the attention, it's the competing with each other.
But again, there's a huge money aspect to being a whore online.
And that's true. And I'm wondering, so the
lines blur. The lines definitely blur.
The lines blur, but the male attention is the currency. But it's almost kind of masculine to compete like that.
Oh.
And then if you think about it, men these days are simps, right? But I think the roles were reversed because women were supposed to be the simps, like Olive Oil to Popeye or that girl that likes Peter Parker. You know the girl that likes Peter Parker?
Yeah, the Ukrainian type girl who brings some chocolate cake.
And she likes Peter Parker.
Yeah, she likes him.
Or Olive Oil who's like, oh, Popeye. Like, that's simp.
Yeah.
But they got reversed, and now you have guys simping, acting like women to girls who are masculine, like, yeah, give me the attention. So, something fully got flipped. And I'm still cooking and working this out. But that's kind of where I'm at so far. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or if you can help me take it even further. We can keep cooking on this over multiple episodes.
There's a power imbalance. Something shifted. Something changed.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
And our next piece is kind of related because,
female-male relations, at least.
And there's an article that came out in Vogue, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now?
What? That thing that's happened forever? Forever and ever and ever?
The thing that brought every single person here?
Yeah. It might be embarrassing now. And let's get to this. You want to go through the comments first?
Let's go through some comments.
Julia Fox commented, "It like is, LOL." The comment, this is from the article, "It feels Republican to have a boyfriend." Feels so accurate. 100,000 likes on that. Dating is a humiliation ritual for a lot of women. Over 100,000 likes. Maybe I'm too woke, but wifey material sounds like an insult. I think you are too woke, but you can not like the phrase wifey material. Being able to live alone and unpartnered is unquestionably a flex today, says this woman.
So all these girls just hate normal stuff.
Yeah, so proud of the culture shift we are creating as women. Let's keep it going. I don't think that's going to happen if none of you have boyfriends, because the people who like boyfriends will keep the culture going through the next generation.
You'll just get old.
You'll have a cat. Yes, having a boyfriend is a PR disaster. Every boyfriend I've ever had has ultimately embarrassed me. The comments go on and on like that, right?
Yeah.
So the women are mostly agreeing with this.
Now
having a boyfriend is embarrassing.
Having a boyfriend is embarrassing, and here's who wrote the article.
Her name is Shantae Joseph, and she's a bald, presumably militant black female type. You know the type. She'd be running a HR department or a Facebook diversity program.
Or press secretary for Joe Biden.
Yeah. And we actually found another project she was working on outside of Is Having a Boyfriend Cringe. She started in 2020 in the immediate aftermath of COVID and / George Floyd. How to Not Be Racist.
4-part series.
4-part series. And here's one part of it. It said, "Are black people cooler than white people? How not to be racist." So, she's prolific in the female retardation space, I would say.
Very much so. And this girl reacted to this article and said, "Just been on a date with a man for the first time in ages, and I fear I've become too woke to date men anymore." And that actually might be true based on some data we have here. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, we've shown this chart. This is just another chance to bring it up, but the ideology gap is opening up between young men and women in countries across the world, and men are more steady. Men are kind of more steady, but are trending a little bit back to right wing towards conservative, and women are going, woo, straight line up to liberal.
Not good.
So yeah, it makes sense. You get a little too woke. You're detached from reality. Men need women and women need men, I think. And you get too detached and you start believing the bald black woman's, weird personal vendetta. And you read an article like that, and someone writes an article like that, you never know what just happened. Is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? And it's like, I just got fucking cheated on. I'm writing this shit. He fucking, screwed my best friend. Yeah. You never know what's going on. And then so blindly agreeing or like slurping up content like that is kind of bad for your soul.
And it's just not a good idea to like make the energy and the theme of your content like women don't need men while also like advocating for like third world migrants to come here.
It all comes back to the migrants.
Like, oh, women don't need men. Hey, Abdul.
Hey.
He's from Somalia.
What are you up to?
It's 1 a.m. I'm on the subway and Abdul from Somalia is here, just me and him. We don't need any men.
Yeah, and she's on the way back from the protest holding that "I'd rather have a refugee than a fascist" sign, which Abdul can't read. Yeah. And he lunges for your chest, double hand anyway.
Exactly.
So it's a dark world out there.
It is a very dark world. And, men aren't innocent either. I have a clip here of a guy trying to talk to a girl, and it's kind of like a rain bet ad. So
it's gambling. It's online degenerate gambling ad. Which is a lot of content on Instagram these days.
And we're going to kind of get into that too, but like, just look at the energy. Guys are kind of helpless as well.
Greetings and salutations, beautiful shits. Do you mind holding that for me real quick?
We'd prefer
Oh,
not
that's
to.
all right. I'll put it right here. I'm playing Rain Bet, you guys. Rain Bet! Let's see if I win blackjack. 13, I'm going to hit. 17, I'm going to stand. It's a tie! Oh, no!
That's kind of insight to what's going on out there these days.
The male loneliness epidemic. Some people bring it on themselves, I'd say.
And we've talked about this like years ago, like back when you were sitting on the corner seat.
Uh-huh.
I remember saying like it's going to get so bad and gambling is going to become so prolific that the only way out is like, oh, I hit an 8-leg parlay and won $200,000. And like, that's going to be like the legendary.
I can buy a house now.
Yeah. That's going to be like the lore and like the legend of like how men get out of this hole that we're in.
Yeah. But this guy, man, this was a rock bottom moment. Fake energy, rejected by girls, Mid-calf black socks, no swag,
No swag.
beard, pale, gambling, promoting gambling.
No swag. Those girls just walked away.
So this is also a dark path. The women is having a boyfriend embarrassing, is doing this embarrassing, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And so there's also a future of gambling that's coming up.
And it's about to get worse.
Yeah.
So this next clip talks about a new gambling ad and how it's going to like appeal to younger people and become even faster.
These tech companies got to be stopped, dude, because this is getting ridiculous. So a new app out of California is about to be released, and it's called Cheddar. I hate that I'm even saying the name. And the way these guys are planning on getting around the law is insane. And what this app is trying to be is TikTok for sports betting. And the app is like if TikTok and DraftKings had a baby. They're taking the most addictive parts from social media and the most addictive parts from gambling and making one. And this isn't some small bootstrapped operation. It is a company backed by one of the biggest VCs in the world, Andreessen Horowitz. Now here's where the kind of illegal part comes in. DraftKings, for instance, is only available in 25 of the US states, but Cheddar is planning on being available in 46 US states to users under 21 years old. How the hell is that even possible? Because they're using a...
So they're getting the young people, and apparently it's going to be like fast moving. Like they also compared it to Tinder, where it's like on this play, is so-and-so going to be the intended receiver? Swipe right for yes, then you make the bet, or swipe no and get the next bet.
It's like micro betting, and then you're scrolling through it.
Like you're watching live and like swiping bet, don't bet, don't bet, bad.
So we got weird guys trying to use women as props for their gambling ads. We have companies putting real VC money into the TikTok and Tinder of gambling.
Horowitz.
Guys got our own problems too. Andreessen, that's Scandinavian too. You can't leave him out. But Horowitz, you know what you're up to.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't know. Just more cringe fucking gambling shit. Like, I don't know. It's getting advertised everywhere. I always see interviews. People go into credit card debt. Gambling ruins their fucking life. Takes 8 years to get back on track. If you have a certain addictive type of personality where you, I did a personal loan and I did this, like people really get ruined. So I don't know.
That's what I don't get when people like put it on a credit card or take a loan. Like I always thought you take a loan and it's like, oh, it's to buy the tractor for my farm. And it's like, take a loan and then I'm free to do whatever I want with it, whatever I think is best. Like, is that how loans work?
Yeah, personal loan. You do it a personal loan with no backing, but those are harder to get. Or you open up a new credit card and make a cash advance, and that is 34%, and you just kind of go into a debtor's wage slave prison thing. And it's compulsive. It's compulsive gambling. So you do anything. You open up a credit card in your daughter's name. You know, people go crazy.
People go crazy, but you could also hit it big.
That's not the point we're trying to make, Flex.
I was watching like a Dave Ramsey thing, and the guy was like calling in like, oh, I lost $100,000 in like stock options, and I have $7,000 left. And
I'm just trying to do one more play.
And he goes, I'm going to try and do one more play. And the guy is like, no, what are you talking about? Like, that's what got you into this mess. Like, you need to stop and never trade like that again. But you could also hit it correct and win it all back.
I think if you went that far, you might as well gamble the last 7.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no,
And it's like,
then you're going to be marginally more sad.
Yeah. Oh, I have $7,000 and I'm going to put like $250 a month back and save for 100 years and get the money back. It's like, oh, maybe you just risk that. Maybe you put 2 away and you risk 5 on something that feels like a sure thing.
Yeah, a sure thing on a guy who lost 100.
Yeah, the guy's like, we can't do that. That's what got you to this mess. And it also can kind of get you out.
Yeah.
It could get you out all at once.
Okay,
but that's not the point.
Close.
That's not the point.
You're getting too close to recommending gambling.
You're absolutely right, and we never will.
Yeah.
You guys know that. We've turned down gambling opportunities for you guys.
You know what? If you ever feel like gambling or you're having a problem, spend the money. You know? That's a new technique. Like, oh, I really want to gamble something today. Go buy something and you would have gambled $200. Go buy something.
Go buy a nice pair of shoes that'll last you, and then you have the shoes all the time.
That probably feels good.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to.
You're allowed to buy shoes now. Yeah.
I'm about to. Yeah, I can buy another stupid car.
Yeah.
All right, our last clip of Cringe. This couple is talking about why they're not going to let their kids play tackle football.
Why won't we let our kids play football?
It's just not worth it. Why am I going to put my kid at risk for a brain injury for a potential maybe scholarship.
And this is someone who
I do love watching
loves football.
but like it's unnecessary. Like, yes, they can happen in other sports, but it's up there with the rest of them as far as like dangerous for head injuries.
Yeah, especially like young kids. Why do they need to play football? Tackle football.
You're probably right, but your husband's still an F slur.
All right.
And he said, maybe get a scholarship. And it's like, well, you're smaller than your wife. I don't think your kid's going to get a scholarship.
Yeah. I don't necessarily...
Is your last name Urlacher?
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with them. Yeah. Are you Howie Long's son, who has like generations in the NFL? Are you related to Ray Lewis? Because then the risk, I think, is pretty good. The risk reward is pretty good. If you're a pipsqueak and you got a skinny neck, yeah, your kid shouldn't play football.
Yeah, you're a pipsqueak with a skinny neck, and you're saying, he's not going to play. It's not even worth the scholarship. Okay.
There's no scholarship, brother.
Okay, brother.
There's no scholarship.
There's no scholarship. And, it is true that young kids can probably get head injuries, but there is a time and a place for football.
Yeah.
And we played football in college, and I'm going to speak for myself. I couldn't have gotten into an Ivy League school, believe it or not, without football.
I couldn't have either, so you can speak for both of us. I was in the nice high-end academic band, but I couldn't have gotten in. Dartmouth.
I was in the middle academic band.
That means you're better. That means you are worth it. They went low for you.
I could have gone to
We'll
Yale.
take this retard.
I could have gone to Yale, too.
I know. Yeah.
Yale. And it's like me, Yale, maybe it's worth it. And then is my brain scrambled now?
Nope. Eat it. Is my brain scrambled? A little.
Maybe a little bit. No. But I think it's also genetic. I think genes play a lot into things. So it's like if you're going to be a brain scrambled person, it's because you always were susceptible to that, and then playing football made it happen.
Okay.
I think, if you don't get brain scrambled in your family, you can play football.
For sure.
Good to know. All right, well, that's the end of Cringe. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first clip from Cringe is what we mentioned in the intro. This Chicago dad, Asian guy, nice Asian man with his kid going trick-or-treating gets carjacked in broad daylight. Here he is getting out of his car.
What is this girl, 4?
4 years old, broad daylight. This is in Chicago, I believe. And then some YNs come, pointing a gun to his face in front of his kid. Doesn't that suck?
Oh, and he pistol whips him, of course. Yeah.
And here comes his buddy. Gun to the face, takes all the stuff, takes the keys. Another guy comes, and then
his car.
They eventually get in the car, and they all get away. And then the leftists and the progressives will tell us that lowering crime is complicated. Put these 3 in a cage now.
Indefinitely.
I don't care why they stole it. I don't care where they grew up or how old they are. Cage now. It's actually easy.
Yeah, for a leftist to be like, oh, they don't understand what they did or whatever, that kind of pigeonholes them as more retarded than they even are.
So they're too retarded to be in public because they don't even know what they're doing and they're robbing people. So we definitely need to cage them. Let's just get everyone's low IQ and just put them in a cage preemptively.
Well, that would be too far. But once you do one crime, you do go in the cage, right?
Yeah. And we have a meme here. You guys have seen it. It's the IQ meme. And the person with the low IQ and the high IQ have the same views. Arrest criminals, lower crime.
And then the midwit is crime must be addressed by systemic approaches and researching root causes. How about we just put all the people who pistol whipped that Asian man in jail?
In a cage forever.
Yeah.
And we have
the Asian men, I really feel empathy with the white man. Whenever I see white people victimized by blacks, I go, I have a similar empathy towards Asian men. I know what your guys' crime rates are. Very low.
Yeah.
We too low crime rates, though.
And
I respect them, and I feel camaraderie with the Asians.
Because the Asian man yearns to live in a society based on honor.
Exactly.
And we're not giving it to him.
Yeah.
Sad.
Japanese more than others, too.
Yeah. Korean a little bit. Karate.
How do we rank them? It's Japan, Korean, then Chinese?
Yeah, because Chinese has too many mainlanders.
Chinese has too many, yeah.
Yeah. So
Japan is the most honorable. Korea second. And that's pretty sad because Korea, they've got all those North Koreans stunted. We know South Koreans run a tight ship, right? All those companies, skyscraper. They adapt to Western civilization easy. But the North Koreans are stunted there in that weird la-la land.
The South Koreans are getting a little liberal.
Are they?
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies who are in charge over there.
And then North Koreans are getting a little too close to China. They're getting kind of mainlandy. So there might be a split now, but we know
Japan.
They're both the same.
Big level down after Japan.
Japan, Korea, China.
All right, next we have some more North Carolina repeat offenders. First is Trivius Crouch.
Trivius, he's good at answering questions.
He's trivious.
He can answer random questions. He'd been arrested 14 previous times, including for assault. He was arrested this week again for assault with a deadly weapon and with intent to kill a woman. And he was let out of prison on bond yesterday. What the hell?
Not the homie Trivius.
Not Trivius.
So arrested 14 times, and then I guess they thought he was done with the crime.
Yeah.
So no more assault with deadly weapon with the intent to kill, okay? We're letting you out one more time on bond.
Okay, thank you. My 14th chance. Thank you so much. I'm Trivius. I'm Trivius. Nice to meet you, Your Honor.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
And next we have an assault at Food Lion. We'll let that clip play, and then we'll tell you the context.
Look, this is the moment a suspected shoplifter attacks this 18-year-old Food Lion worker, shoving him around in the back room of a store and throwing blows. This happened Monday, October 20th at this Food Lion in the 2200 block of Park Road. I returned to the spot with Detective Ashley Phillips of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers.
We had two subjects go inside. They went to scan their items at the self-checkout. We had an employee that was just doing his job, decided to go over when he observed them not scanning items.
That's when the confrontation began. Surveillance footage shows one of the alleged thieves go face-to-face with the teen employee. They start moving, eventually entering a back room where the tussle begins. One of the alleged thieves throwing blows, even attempting to kick the worker while he is down. The alleged shoplifting accomplice watches while a shopper tries to intervene.
It's unfortunate. Any act of violence is...
So that's not good. And, self-checkout plus low trust doesn't really mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a thing...
We jumped the gun on that one. It's like we had the tech, but we lost the social trust at the same time. Two flips.
Yeah.
Or switches flip.
You can do self-checkout in Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, yeah. You can even do an honor system in Martha's.
Here's a bucket of money and just leave the money and take what you buy. The
pies are $20 each.
There's a bucket full of 20s and you don't steal it. Yeah. But you can't do that now. And then I actually have what's that show?
Deal or No
Not Deal or No Deal.
Family Feud.
Family Feud. And we have a little game here. What do you think they said to the guy when they were confronted at self-checkout? I didn't do nothing. Don't touch me. I'm pregnant. I can't breathe. I'll sue you. I ain't lying. My receipt's on my phone. I want to call my mom. I think my receipt's on my phone.
Yeah. I want to call my mom is more after you got arrested sort of move. So definitely not that. I can't breathe. They weren't being restrained.
Don't touch me is probably up there.
I didn't do nothing is obviously number one for a reason.
Yeah, very true. And then we have another story here. This is the context.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It has been revealed that one of the suspects arrested for beating that 18-year-old employee at Food Lion in Charlotte has been arrested a stunning 11 previous times. Yes, you read that right. His previous arrests include violently assaulting a woman, and his name is Darnell Davis.
Darnell.
He's always changing his hair up, Darnell. Mm-hmm. He's always looking different. And it's so funny. He goes a stunning 11 previous times. And I like this guy, Matt Van Swoll. He keeps documenting a lot of specifically the Charlotte area repeat offenders. But that's not stunning. There are people with 80 that we cover on the show,
Believe it or not.
So, but yeah, nobody should ever get to 10.
Yeah.
You should be executed if you get to 10.
It's true. Don't you feel bad for the 18-year-old employee? You see him there. He works at Food Lion, at the grocery store. He's trying to not have his store get stolen from, and then he gets beat up by 3 people.
Yeah.
So like we said, self-checkout plus low trust doesn't really work, but they might try to replace it with AI, so you can't steal. So you can only go in with facial recognition. And then think about this. If the EBT freeze that we're seeing results in open looting, the fix could be AI facial recognition, take what you want and get charged automatically.
Yeah.
That's more of an idea right now, but it's kind of like a movie idea.
Yeah. Tom Cruise starring, EBT down.
And then it's like, we just had to upgrade the system, and now you just walk in and take what you want, and it automatically deducts it from your debit card because your facial recognition is tapped into the system. So it's like it could kind of be the result, but it's the same theme of there are laws in the books. You break the laws, but you keep letting the criminals out. And then to solve the problem, you have this overreach of like, well, let's just put facial recognition everywhere, and then if someone breaks the law, we'll catch them. Like, we already have the laws. We already catch the criminals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they just get let out after 11 times. You know what? I just started thinking about Tom Cruise. He had that movie,
Minority Report,
where it was all about crime and seeing crime in the future and who does crime and the cops stopping crime. And it was called Minority Report. What did Tom Cruise mean by that?
Wow.
He knew who was doing
They were
what.
trying to tell us.
Tom Cruise was based. Yeah.
You're trying to give us a hint to short minorities.
Okay. All right.
All right. There is good news, though. Sarcastically, he said sarcastically. The Charlotte police chief is now a black woman.
Now to major news for the city of Charlotte. CMPD has announced its next police chief. Estella Patterson, formerly Raleigh's police chief, is taking the job. Patterson's no stranger to the Queen City. She previously spent more than 2 decades serving with CMPD. WCNC Charlotte's Julie Kay.
Oh, good. Progress is made. There's a black woman.
You know, it's so stupid, too, because, like, what I'm realizing is these people who are the city hopping police chiefs are just some fucking bureaucrat. You know, when someone works their way up in Chicago PD and they know all the districts or they know most of them and how the whole thing works, that's something. You know, you can make something. Why move from Raleigh to Charlotte, a mid-sized North Carolina city, to another mid-sized North Carolina city? What's the fucking point? And then we had that woman who moved from, what was it, Tacoma, Washington, or maybe Seattle, and then to Oakland, and now she's in charge of New Orleans. How are any of these cities similar? You like have to have local subject matter expertise. But the way they do it, where they hop from city to city, is so fucking stupid to me. Wouldn't you want someone who rose up in a certain city?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, not to mention, you know,
but hey,
some black lady.
She's a black woman.
Yep.
All right, we're now moving on to our EBT section within Urban Decay. First story, this woman's heart sank when she found out that she could no longer receive EBT.
The first thing I did was grab my phone and call, and when I heard $0, my chest went into my throat.
Maggie Aragon has been a SNAP recipient for more than 3 decades. Even with these benefits, she says she also relies on food banks to get enough food.
I have depended on those benefits since the 1990s, and it's detrimental to my life if I don't get them.
There are more than 30
years on SNAP. Poor lady. She has to feed herself for 3 days.
I don't think that's what it was designed for. Was that ever the expressed intent? We want to coddle someone for 30 years. And then to go on TV. I don't know who she thinks she's talking to.
It used to be embarrassing.
Well, that should be a wake-up call. It's another Rorschach test. Either you're like, oh my God, they're taking away this woman's food, or holy shit, she's been on EBT for 30 years. There's 2 types of people in this world, and I think more and more are going to the latter because, you know, the way this is abused, it's just so crazy to me, man.
Yeah.
30 years.
Not good. We're going to go kind of fast through the next few just because we're running out of time a little bit. This fat family is sad they're losing their food stamps as well.
Ever been to the food bank before?
No, we never have.
This is your first time here.
Correct.
Are you scared?
Well, highly afraid because, I mean, we didn't ask for these kids to come, and what are we going to do? Deny them? We have them. We have to take care of them. We have to find a way, and it's hard right now with everything that's going on. People are even afraid to come out of their houses to work. It's really bad. And especially with everything going on with the president saying that we have to hang in there, how are we going to hang in there with the kids? Like, there's no...
We didn't ask for these kids. That was a weird way of putting that's a weird way to talk about your family.
Yeah.
Everyone's fat as fuck.
Yeah, they're all pigs. It's crazy.
And then we were scared to come out of our house to work. So it's like, are you illegal?
Illegals are hitting up our food banks.
So
and our EBT, they're all over our payroll everywhere. Every fucking place you turn and look, there's a fat illegal family leeching, suckling at the teat of the U.S. taxpayer.
Seems like it.
I'm brushing these fat Mexicans off my teat.
Yeah.
I'm a taxpayer.
Me too.
I'm a big taxpayer.
It might be good for this fat family to do like a 5-day fast or something, a little reset.
I know. Maybe Donald Trump gave you the gift, un regalo, that you can't even, you don't even use, man.
But speaking of Donald Trump, unfortunately, it sounds like Trump is about to give 50% back or something on these food stamps.
Yeah, you can tell Fleckus didn't fully read the asset when I sent it to him, but I'll explain. The Trump administration announced on Monday that it would provide partial relief to recipients of food stamps as the federal government shutdown reached its 34th day. The USDA stated it would use contingency funds to maintain benefits, but only at 50% of the usual funding levels. So we've hit a stopgap. We don't get our dream. And everybody on the right wing is like, well, we need to do SNAP. We need to get SNAP going. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Man, everyone has to be a politician who kind of doesn't offend everybody. And I'm just like, look at all these fat minorities who are abusing our system. That's what I see. And I guess that's what ruins it for the people who do have like a disability or something and rely on SNAP.
Very true.
So
you have to keep in mind too.
I'm like the Grinch, whom every day my little heart grew smaller. Every EBT video I see, my heart gets a little Grinchier.
Mine too.
And then politicians are like, we gotta fund this at 50%. I'm like, let them burn.
Yeah. And keep in mind, groceries are more expensive when 42 million people get them for free.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped out of an econ class in college, but I did know that part.
That's basic shit.
That's basic common sense shit. Now we have people protesting not getting food stamps.
This is in Philly.
And no power to the pigs. That's right. Thank you all so much.
They say, who's got the power? We've got the power, as you beg Trump for free food because you literally can't even feed yourself. You're begging for handouts and saying, we got the power.
It's peak irony, guys. Peak irony time.
And then you show up to do a protest, but you can't work at Walmart.
Walmart. You say Walmart.
You can't work at Walmart?
Yeah.
But you can go show up on a Saturday and wear nice clothes and go do a protest?
A lot of Walmart employees are even on EBT themselves. Some of them.
That's true, because they keep you at part-time.
35 hours or something.
Yeah. But, you know, it's the sentiment of the point.
But that's kind of one of the things, too. It's like we're talking about Walmart and how a bunch of their revenue comes from food stamps and their employees are on food stamps. They've positioned themselves as this super conglomerate that's like really dependent on the government stepping in. And, you know, is it time for them to stop?
Yeah.
Is it time for them to get some comeuppance, have to change the business model a little?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Next, we have a family who everyone from the family stole because there's no EBT allowed.
I couldn't tell if this was real or not.
When you got the whole team helping, no EBT.
Maybe it's a joke.
I don't know. I hope it's a joke. But the little girl running with the banana at the end.
The loose stuff, they put your stuff in bags when you buy it.
Yeah,
so there's something there.
I couldn't tell.
And we do have some numbers. We talk about this a lot, like who's on EBT and who's not based on demographic. And then, you know, everyone says, oh, white people are on EBT the most. We're going to break down the numbers a little bit to make it more understandable.
White people, 57% of the U.S. population, 33.9% of all SNAP recipients, 20% of white adults receive SNAP.
Because 1 in 5 white people receive SNAP.
Black, 12% of U.S. population, 31.6% of all SNAP recipients, 78.5% of black adults receive SNAP.
So 1 out of 5 white adults receive SNAP. 4 out of 5 black adults receive SNAP.
Insane.
4 out of 5.
Hispanic, 29% of Hispanic adults receive SNAP. Asian, 17.5% of Asian adults receive SNAP. American Indian, 42.6% of Native Americans.
So Hispanic, basically 1 in 3. Asian is a little bit less.
Less than white.
Less than white. And then Indians is like half.
Yep.
1 out of 2.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And then we showed this picture last week of the AI image of the fat black woman in the scooter. EBT gives me dat.
RRB called it the most racist image he's ever seen.
The most racist image RRB has ever seen. And unfortunately, it does get worse. Someone made a video from this racist AI image.
My food stamps better work, damn ass. I'll loop this bitch and chimp out.
Oh,
that is horrible.
Who could do such a thing?
Terrible, not funny. Who would ever do something like that?
I mean, a little funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, next. This is a good breakdown from Bad Ombre. Can you give that a read?
Yeah, he said, so far what SNAP recipients are saying, quote, I'm having to use my own cash now to buy food. I couldn't go out this weekend because I had to pay for food. I have to be aware of the cost of items before putting them in the cart. I'm buying store brands and cutting coupons. Millions of people discovered adulting overnight.
Very true.
Yeah. Like, you were careless. You were just getting free whatever. Everything needs to come with a little bit of work. Everything needs a homework assignment with it. You're getting it shouldn't be a handout. It should be a leg up. And then sometimes you got to work within the confines of things.
You have 6 weeks of this.
Yeah, or you got to do store brands and make your dollars stretch. There's no just put anything you want in your cart and then go get your nails done this weekend.
You got to upload receipts to show us what you bought.
Exactly.
That could be good. Yeah. All right, well, that's the end of our EBT section and the end of Urban Decay. Don't get too down or too depressed. We're now moving on to Uplifting Gold, and we have uplifting stuff today, believe it or not.
Okay.
Our first clip, it's not really uplifting, but it is good to see someone standing up to the street rats. This woman who is a mother...
Teacher
confronts these drug addict street rats outside of a school.
Hey there. Do you see this says? It says school zone. School zone. That right there is a school. School's in session. Doing drugs right here in the school zone is going to get you a felony. You guys got 2 minutes, and then I'm calling Bike Squad. They're on speed dial. Yep. You guys got to take this shit and take it out of the school zone. All right. That's fine. You can do your fucking drugs, just not in front of the kids. It's a wrong thing to do.
There's a couple ways how to approach people and say, like, how are you doing right now?
How you doing right now? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm protecting the kids.
Protecting the kids? Oh, yeah.
Yep. This is a school zone. This is a school zone. This is a school zone.
Not very professional of you, but at all.
I'm not a professional.
We'll fast forward. Yeah, so we'll fast forward to where she eventually pepper sprays the guy with the dreads.
You don't have permission to film me.
You don't have permission to do drugs in my school zone. Get out.
Face, dude.
Get out.
Get out of my face.
Get out.
You get it.
So, good confrontation. Obviously, Urban Decay, bad stuff.
Portland, though, and look at this. There's 2 people under that little tent. What, 6 total people here, all doing drugs together right outside of school? And the lady even goes, you can do your drugs, you just can't do them here. It's like a minor inconvenience for the street rats ruining the fucking city. So good for that teacher for standing up, man. I like to see that.
Yep.
And I love to see, it still is pepper spray season.
Yeah.
There's overlapping seasons, there's gun season, pepper spray season. And I think there's a baseline of pepper spray season forever.
It's like a brackish.
Yeah.
We're in between pepper
Brackish
spray and
water.
gun.
Yeah.
All right, next, this scenario goes as bad as it can go.
Was it a beehive?
And he gets it in the thing to catch him. He catches the beehive in this tube.
Oh! It knocks his hat off.
And it knocks his protective hat off and then goes on his head.
Okay.
That's as bad as it gets.
That's uplifting because we got to see it.
Yep. Next, it probably has copywritten music, but there's these guys have cute outfits for their wedding.
There are 2 gay guys?
I think so. You see how they have the open back and then they embroider?
Yeah.
And I think the one with the open back is the girl.
Yeah, he's the twink.
And then the other
guy's the top.
He tops him.
Yeah, of course he does.
And look, this is first looks.
That kind of looks like Nick Swardson.
Yeah, first looks.
Oh,
and they're so happy and they're getting married. Cut a ladybug.
Oh,
so fucking
man.
cute.
Ladybug. Wow.
So happy for these guys.
These guys wearing sneakers? What do they got? Oh, no, they got some loafers.
Cute stuff. Love to see a couple get married.
All right. It's not ironic. Just gay guys uplifting gold. You fucking suck, man. You suck. The
what do you
beekeeper
want me to
thing.
do? I had no uplifting
gay
gold.
guys in uplifting gold. I fucking hate gay guys. I never want to see them happy. They need to keep it private and discreet.
Well, that's why there's a range on the show. We have different views.
You didn't even have a good bid for it. See, I was waiting for you. I did 1,000, 2 1,000. And I was waiting for a good bit to see if you could redeem it to uplifting gold, and you let me down, man. You left me down, brother. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else you got.
I thought it was funny. All right, next we have Sterling.
Funny? Just 2 gay guys being gay.
But they had an open back and the embroider, and they look really cute.
You're pissing me off at the
one
end of the
guy's
show.
the top.
You're pissing me off at the end of the show.
Well, we're almost done.
What is that, another bug?
Sometimes when the bugs get close, maybe you just go and suck them in.
No, you need to get fly traps and get the plants out of your house.
All right.
Uplifting gold. Fleck has got a bug in his mouth. That makes me laugh.
All right, next we have Sterling and Alyssa are jamming out to the song in their car. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I love the song. That's like me in my car sometimes.
All right.
I play my own song and I drive around.
All right.
All right, well, our last clip, the Pure Americana clip of the week, this guy invented a very special way to go ice fishing.
Basically, this is a shanty right here. I prefer like a 95 to a 99. This one right here is a 99. There's a hole on this side right here, and I have another hole on the other side. The only thing you have to do with these basically is you have to do a little altering on the exhaust system. You put this sleeve in there, run it down, blocks off all the wind that's coming through here. Got my Vexar right there. And like I said, if you want to just stay in the truck and drill in it and never get out of it, you can do that too. Put my Vexy down the hole here. And guess what? It is game on fishing.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
That's
like
Americana. Ice fishing, and you stay in the truck. You're trucks and fishing. You're ice fishing in the truck.
People have whole like condos for those shanties. People have multi-generational like cook stove. They have everything that they put on
And
the
you
ice.
just drag it out on the ice.
And you can leave it on the ice for like multiple weeks. Like you can leave it in a spot on the ice.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the Wisconsin, Minnesota types.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Motherfuckers Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you're watching at this point in the show, you're going to want to watch the bonus land that's coming out tomorrow. We're doing a Q&A. Lots of good questions that are going to get answered by us. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be over 30 minutes. And it's good content. We have a lot of other specials and good stuff on the website as well, FlaccoStalks.com. So please go sign up and support the show and join the community that is there.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at Bonus Land.
Till the world is rid of what is this Hitler shit? I don't know. Anyway.